Good evening, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the idea of keeping people honest. You've heard that one, keeping people honest. Some people say this, and I don't think, honestly, they've thought too much about it when they say it, because it's a type of monkey wrenching. I've covered that idea in other videos. I'm not going to get back into it, but keeping people honest is about sabotaging their liberty in advance with the expectation that if they had that liberty, they would abuse it or have a misfortune of some kind, maybe be taken advantage of, especially, younger people, inexperienced people, or new employees. It's kind of these kind of people hear it a lot, keeping people honest. So, for example, here's an example. Some parents subscribe to the idea that they can and should teach their kids about the dangers of other people by exposing them in a controlled way to misfortune, such as theft, stealing their kids' stuff just to teach them a lesson. I actually saw this today. I'm not going to get into detail, but it's sad and funny that some people haven't really thought it through. First of all, that's not the best way to teach that lesson, if you ask me, and it's a bad lesson to begin with. I'm going to start with the second part. It's a bad lesson because people are usually on the fence. They're on the fence about how to trust you, first of all. And most people you meet, I should say, the vast majority of people don't know right off the bat whether to trust you or not, and they're going to read your trustingness of them as an indication of your own trustworthiness, because on some level we instinctively perceive that people project their own levels. They project people take you at your own estimate. Have you heard that one? So it's true, and we understand this, I think, on an instinctive level. People take you at your own estimate, and that means that when you meet a new person, you're going to gauge their trustworthiness by how much they trust you, if nothing else, if there's no other information. So the idea, with this in mind, the idea that it's better to, be cautious and to manage people, like to err on the side of not trusting people, kind of creates the situation where if they're on the fence, if they don't know what to think about you, you push them off in the wrong direction. If you act like they're not trustworthy for no good reason, they're going to assume the same about you. And whether or not this happens every time isn't the point. It happens on average more often than not. Therefore, it's better to just trust people if all things are equal. It's true. I mean, it's measurably true. So anyway, back to the subject. Teaching people to be on, or keeping people honest by locking things up just because you can, creating rules that may or may not even be practical or enforceable or useful. Maybe you've seen this kind of stuff, and I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to get down on a personality type, but there are control freaks, right? There's people who just can't feel comfortable unless they're meddling in everybody's business. Everybody around them, suddenly all their stuff belongs to that person vicariously. There's a word for you, vicarious. They live vicariously through other people, and sometimes their own employees and children as well, right? And it's a toxic trait. It is. It's a toxic trait. Last thing I want to say, I don't want this to be a long, sprawling video, but these same types of people, and I hate to say types of people because it's a characteristic. It's not actually a type of person, but it helps communicate what I'm trying to say. They'll give you a gift, and then they'll tell you how to use it best. They'll tell you where to keep it, that it should be, kept safe and locked up or whatever, and they tell you to behave like them. And if you look at the situation, the whole situation of their gift giving, it's really a ruse to get a stake in your behavior. And it's not even really a gift, even if it seems like it, even if they don't ask for anything in return. It's so that they can tell you what to do with yourself, unfortunately, many times, not every time. But there are people who, for example, today I saw what I believe is an example of a parent telling a kid to keep their bike locked up. Just on the surface, this looks wrong. Like, keep your bike locked up. Okay, who says that? Do you mean keep my bike locked up? Because if you give something, yeah, maybe the kid's going to lose it, but the proper way to handle that is you just don't get them a new one, right? If his bike gets stolen, he learns the hard way that it's going to take a year before he gets another bike. That's how you do it. You don't micromanage it. You don't get up, you don't force the issue. There's a lot of ways you can force the issue. What you do in that case is you create a mini-me, right? Your aim is obviously to not just live through your kid, but to bang them into your own image, which is not okay. It doesn't matter what age they are. They don't need to be you. They're not about you. They don't exist to extend you, and they have a God-given right to pursue their own happiness from the day they're born until the day not only that they leave their house, but until the day they lay their head down for the last time. That's none of your business until it affects you somehow. Keeping the peace and keeping good behavior is one thing. Forcing people to become you, even by degrees, well, then we have a problem. So, be respectful of everyone, especially your kids. Don't make me have to get involved. And I'm not trying to threaten anybody, but child abuse is a serious thing. It's a real serious thing. So, do the right thing. Don't buy your kid another bike. It's that easy. Wait a year. Say, bought you a bike already. That was your bike. You can do whatever you want with it. It's not my bike anymore once I give it to you. But I'm not getting you another one if you get it stolen. That's up to you. I tell you, it's only going to get stolen once, right? Come on now. All right. Have a great night and reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.